Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and I am going to teach you fundamental of physics particularly for NEET preparation. Before starting, let me introduce myself. I am Pinakin Rawal, Master of Science in Physics and teaching physics to higher secondary students since last 20 years. And I am just planning to introduce a series of NEET classes for the benefit of all my dear students on this open source platform thanks to YouTube. I have just prepared a full-length NEET course to be uploaded which will be regularly available for you to watch. So let's start the journey. First of all, let us understand what actually NEET is. I will be discussing physics only. But what is NEET? NEET is a filter examination for UG medical courses aspirants. UG medical courses aspirants, and the aim of NEET is to check your conceptual depth of content, understanding it, and as well its application with speed. And for this purpose, a lot of practice is required. And yes, I am there to help you. My course is divided into 3 steps. Step 1, it is Startup for Physics. In which the total requirement for physics understanding is divided into 10 to 12 lectures, particularly in this session, mathematical fundamentals, use of mathematics, mathematical tools, which are useful in understanding of physics is discussed. After that, step 2 will be theoretical discussion with conceptual depth, which are useful for NEET examination. Once again, NEET is after your NCERT coverage. That means you should be prepared. You should be prepared in NCERT textbooks. After that, my discussion will be there. Theoretical discussion will make you strong about the concepts discussed in physics. And the last step is nothing but practice session. With material which is provided in link in description box itself. So this is my planning. Startup is there, in which mathematical usefulness in physics will be discussed. Theoretical discussion after NCERT coverage, chapter wise chapter. Then after practice session for each and every concept, tricks will be there, formulas will be there. And yes, material is provided in video itself. A link will be there in description box and you can refer to it. So let's start the journey. In this particular lesson, I am going to discuss graphs. Your lecture 1, graphs. In physics, we will be dealing with lots of physical quantities. lots of physical quantities which are interrelated, interdependent, or they depend on some another quantity like time. To understand the interrelationship or to interpret the interrelationship, it is necessary to understand the use of graph. Using graph, you can understand the proper relation between two physical quantities. Graph may be a line or a curve. We will be discussing in this particular lesson a straight line. There are so many graphs. Curves are there, hyperbola is there, parabola is there, ellipse is there. Will be discussed later on. Straight line. What is straight line? Before understanding it, I think you have just gone through in lower standards a straight line or linear equation of two variables. And there you have drawn such type of graphs. Before drawing graph, what is the requirement? After that we will discuss that straight line. Before drawing graph, what is required? Most of the time, two quantities are selected which are interdependent, and these two quantities, particularly we will say physical quantities, in which some quantities are independent and some are dependent. Like time is independent quantity, it does not depend on any physical quantity. Let us take an example. Suppose we are having this formula F is equal to ma. It is nothing but the Newton's second law, in which force is there. This one is nothing but mass. This is acceleration. Okay. In this particular mathematical expression, force is independent one. And acceleration is dependent variable, which depends on force. So, while drawing a graph, most of the time it is tradition. Independent quantity is taken on x-axis. That is tradition. Dependent variable is taken on y-axis. And thereby, using a set of values which can be derived theoretically, that means using this relation theoretically, otherwise from experiment, you can plot them, those values, using a proper scale on a graph paper. Then your graph may be, as I have said, a straight line will be there, a curve will be there. How can we identify a straight line or curve? There are some fixed mathematical formulas, fixed mathematical notation from which we can find out what will be the nature of your graph. And by knowing nature of graph, we can understand logical relationship between two quantities, their values. Using graph, the interdependence we can judge out, or we can check experimental accuracy. Using graph we can check it out. So let us take straight line and its general formula. A straight line its general formula is y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. It is nothing but a linear equation of two variables, in which y is dependent quantity and your x is independent variable. If we plot this relationship on graph, as I have said, using a set of values, it will look like this. A straight line, y x-axis. This cut on vertical axis is said to be intercept. On vertical axis, which shows when x is equal to 0, what will be the value of y. As we know, y-axis is nothing but x is equal to 0 line, as you must have learnt in low standards. X-axis is nothing but y is equal to 0 line. What does it suggest? The coordinate, y coordinate of all the points on x-axis will be equal to 0. X coordinate of all the points on y-axis will be equal to 0. And thereby, if x is equal to 0, then y will be c, is intercept on vertical axis. In this notation, m is said to be slope of line. How can we find it out? Let us take 2 points on this particular graph. Number 1, if we find coordinates, say on x-axis it is x1, 0.1, and on y-axis it is y1. If we drop a perpendicular on x-axis from point 2, x coordinates say it is x2 and y coordinates say it is y2. Substituting these 2 points, values of this point in this particular relation, I will get y1 is equal to mx1 plus c, y2 is equal to mx2 plus c, and if I subtract second from 1 from second, y2 minus y1 will be equal to, m is common there, x2 minus x1 is there, and your c will be cancelled. For this particular difference, we can write delta y, that is difference in the quantity, is equal to m. Here we can write delta x, and thereby delta y by delta x will be equal to m, is said to be slope of line. Is nothing but the multiplier of variable. Mind well, multiplier of variable. From figure itself, can we say that this one is x2 minus x1? It is very much clear from geometry of figure. x2 minus x1, this one is delta x. And y2 minus y1 will be this particular segment, delta y. If we assign angle theta here, which is measured with horizontal of given line, then can we say that your m is nothing but tan theta? From trigonometry, as we know, tan value of any angle is opposite side by adjacent side, and in this particular graph, m is delta y, that is opposite, that is vertical measurement, and delta x is horizontal measurement. I think this much information is okay for identifying a straight line. What it should be? Power of variable. There must be 2 variables. Power of variable must be 1. A constant is there or may not be there. A multiplier is there, may not be there. If multiplier is there, then slope of line will be given by that particular multiplier. Or by drawing graph, if we take ratio of vertical measurement and horizontal measurement, you will get the slope of graph as well. If we take tan value of angle measured with horizontal line, then again you will get the slope. What does slope suggest? It suggests indirectly the interrelationship between 2 quantities. It is nothing but the orientation of line with horizontal. Orientation means up to what extent the line is oriented towards vertical one. It is suggested by slope. Let us take some example of the straight lines. We will be dealing lot of the time with this type of relation, straight line. Maximum use of straight line and its graphs are there. You have to identify, otherwise you have to formulate a relation, otherwise you have to find out values of variable provided. Let us take example. Say you are provided with y is equal to say 3x is a linear equation of two variable. If we draw a graph of this particular set, it will look like this. If we substitute x is equal to 0 here, you will get y will be equal to 0. Thereby your graph will passing through 0, 0 line. Multiplier is there. Therefore, slope will be equal to 3 tan theta. Here we can write theta. Theta is nothing but angle measured with horizontal. Slope will be equal to multiplier, as we have just gone through it. Suppose your expression is like this: y is equal to minus 4x. Once again, constant is not there. If we substitute x is equal to 0, you will get y will be equal to 0 there. Then graph will pass through 0, 0, that is from origin. But the multiplier is negative. If multiplier is negative, what does it mean? Slope is negative. Here slope is positive. Here slope will be equal to negative. And it is there nothing but minus 4. Then your graph will look like this. Slope is negative. Your theta is somewhere here. Why this happened? As we have seen, delta y is equal to m delta x. Okay, what is this delta y? y2 minus y1 is equal to m x2 minus x1. Now if your slope is negative, what does it mean? Either y2 is less than y1 or x2 is less than x1. That means your graph is descending type. And both are greater, second values are greater than previous one, then your graph will be ascending. Mind well, you have to just remember this. If multiplier of variable, otherwise if slope is positive, then graph will be increasing type. If slope is negative, then graph will be descending type. Okay, if you are provided with say y is equal to 2x plus 4, if we draw graph of this particular relation, here if we substitute x is equal to 0, you will get y is equal to 4. Then your straight line will pass through y is equal to 4. Look like this. That particular point is 4. Your y-intercept will be equal to 4. Slope will be equal to 2. And if we substitute y is equal to 0 here, see, y is equal to 0 here, then you will get x is equal to minus 2. Thereby, horizontal intercept, that is intercept on x-axis, will be equal to minus 2 and your theta will be somewhere here. So tan theta will be equal to what? Vertical by horizontal will be equal to plus 2. Since it is positive, graph is ascending type. Suppose you are provided with this particular relation, say y is equal to 3x minus 2. then your graph will look like this. Since slope is positive, m is 3 positive, then graph is increasing type. But the difference is what? Here intercept is negative, -2, that is vertical intercept is negative, thereby your graph will cut through -2 and is increasing type, then graph will look like this. Your theta will be somewhere here. This one is what? Y-intercept, that is vertical intercept. And what will be this particular point? If we substitute, see here, y is equal to 0, it is nothing but x-axis, and x-axis is what? Y is equal to 0 line. If we substitute here y is equal to 0, you will get x will be equal to 2/3. See here, using this much data, you can find out the initial values, otherwise orientation of two quantities, and thereby we can understand interrelationship between two physical quantities. In description box, I have provided a link of PDF material in which I have provided some examples for exercise. You can go through it. Hope you like this video. Suggestions are welcome. In next video, we will be discussing another types of graph, that is curves, hyperbola, parabola, ellipse is there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If it is, then press the like button, subscribe my channel, thereby you can have the sequence of the whole syllabus, full length whole syllabus for understanding physics, particularly for NEET. Thank you for watching. See you again as soon as possible. Once again, thank you.